Welcome to Idaho Fish and Game's Hook and Bulletin podcast, your weekly news roundup of hunting, fishing, trapping, and conservation stories from around the Gem State. Hosted by Fish and Game's Public Information Specialist, Connor J. Lease.
And welcome back to Idaho Fish and Game's Hook and Bulletin podcast. It's August 1st, easily marking one of the busiest months here at Idaho Fish and Game. August equals controlled hunt deadlines, sage grouse and sandhill crane tag sales, second controlled hunt applications, season openers, super hunt drawings, and so much more. We got a lot of ground to cover today. All sorts of things happening around our state this week, including a full list of conservation projects and other sportsmen's projects being funded by this year's Commission Challenge grants, 2 lakes getting stocked with Jack Chinook salmon, and a native fish restoration project up near Priest River. But first, one very important tag sale coming up you need to be aware of. The application period for Idaho's second big game controlled hunt drawing runs August 5th through the 15th. Any hunter who drew a controlled big game hunt tag has until August 1st, today, to buy it, and those that aren't purchased will be available for a second drawing. To see available big game tags for the second application period, check out the Controlled Hunt Information webpage. Tags will be listed after August 1st and before the application period starts. Tags available in the second drawing include those for deer, elk, pronghorn, and black bear that were not applied for in the first drawing, and those that were not claimed by the August 1st deadline. Draw results will be posted by August 26, and any tags left over after that will be sold first come, first served on that date at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. Hunters with a valid 2025 Idaho hunting license may apply for controlled hunts at any Fish and Game office, license vendor, on the Fish and Game mobile app, or with a credit card online at gooutdoorsidaho.com. There is an additional fee for online and phone orders. Also, don't forget, there's still a super hunt you can put in for. Entry deadline is August 10th. Hunters looking for more opportunity are reminded that the second super hunt drawing will be for 2 elk, 2 deer, 2 pronghorn, and 1 moose hunt. Another super hunt combo that includes one of each species will also be drawn. Entries are $6 per entry and $20 for the super hunt combo, and you can enter as many times as you like. Deadline to apply is August 10th, and winners will be notified by August 20th. Remember that super hunt winners can hunt any open hunt for the species they draw, general or controlled hunts. No license is needed to enter a super hunt drawing for either residents or non-residents. Super hunt tags are also considered an extra tag, so you can still use your general or your controlled hunt tag if you drew one. For more information, visit our Super Hunt webpage. And for more information on this second tag sale, check out my article on the website. The Idaho Fish and Game Commission recently awarded $100,000 to help support projects that enhance fish and wildlife habitat, populations, or benefit recreational opportunities associated with hunting, fishing, trapping, and other wildlife recreation. Commission Challenge grants are awarded annually, and eligible groups include any officially recognized nonprofit, business, corporation, or recognized regional, state, or national sporting organization, such as Ducks Unlimited, Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, etc. Private individuals are not eligible for grant funding. This year, 21 recipients from all over the state received some commission cash to help with their respective projects. In the Panhandle, we had Idaho Trails Association, Kootenai Valley Sportsmen, and First Hunt Foundation. Down in the Clearwater region, the sole recipient was Idaho Trappers Association. In Southwest Idaho, the Idaho Conservation Officers Association, Idaho Trails Association, and Snake River Quail Forever all received a total of $10,000 to help with their programs. Over in the Magic Valley region, the Mule Deer Foundation, Idaho Trappers Association, and Wood River Land Trust also received a total of $10,000 for conservation projects. In Southeast Idaho, 4 recipients earned commission grants this year: Blackfoot River Bowman, National Wild Turkey Federation, the Idaho chapter, East Idaho Houndsman Association, and Idaho Trappers Association, all totaling $10,000. In the Upper Snake region, the American Bear Foundation, Mackey High School, Go Miners, Eastern Idaho Houndsman Association, and Skyline Trap Team all received a combined $10,000. Up in the salmon region, commission grants went to Cast Hope. And lastly, statewide commission grant recipients included Idaho Conservation Officers Association to reduce registration fees for the Mark Hill Memorial Youth Conservation Camp, and Henry's Fork Foundation to help with infrastructure improvements for the Chester Dam access site. This is a really cool win-win story, folks. When I was putting this list together, I was blown away by some of these conservation projects and various youth program expansions. Lots of cool work being done in Idaho. Super proud of these organizations and all that they're doing to make our state even better for sportsmen and women. Hit the link below to see a full list of all these projects. Some might just be happening in your neck of the woods. Now, if you're up in the McCall area, our fisheries folks are adding some abnormally large fish to the stocking truck this week. Looking to reel in a bona fide salmon without heading to the river? Well, get a load of this. Our fisheries folks in McCall are stocking community ponds with surplus Jack Chinook salmon this week, giving y'all a rare opportunity to catch these tasty fish right in your own backyard. This week, approximately 100 Jack Chinook salmon, those that are less than 24 inches long, will be stocked in Roland Pond in McCall and another 150 in Meadow Creek Pond in New Meadows. These fish are surplus hatchery jacks, one ocean male salmon that are not needed for brood stock. The first stocking event for these fish will be at Roland Pond in McCall on Monday, July 28th. Additional fish may be stocked in the coming days as they become available. Meanwhile, about 150 Chinook salmon, including both jacks and actually some adults over 24 inches long, will be stocked in Meadow Creek Pond on Tuesday, July 29th. Remember, this opportunity does come with a few rules. Chinook salmon and steelhead placed in ponds count toward the general trout bag limit in Idaho's southwest region. 6 fish per day, all species combined. No salmon permit is required, and anglers may keep up to 6 Chinook salmon per day from these stocked ponds. So grab your rods, round up the kids, and head to your local pond for a shot at catching a Chinook salmon. It's a great way to enjoy the outdoors and bring home fresh fish for the grill. If you need directions to these fishing spots, check out our fish planner on our website, or just hit the link below to read Regional Fisheries Manager Jordan Messner's article. Next up, you've probably heard by now that the 2026 non-resident deer and elk tag sale will look a little different this year. To help make sense of this change, Roger Phillips has a new article out right now. So let's talk about some of the important dates you need to know if you're an out-of-stater hunter. Fish and Game recently announced details on the new non-resident drawing for deer and elk tags for 2026. The drawing replaces the traditional first-come, first-served sale that occurred online and at licensed vendors and tag vendors. Another change is non-resident hunters will have to buy a 2026 non-resident hunting license to participate in the drawing for general season deer and elk tags. There will be no refunds for unsuccessful applicants. Hunters who apply for these tags will remain eligible to apply for controlled hunt tags. Non-resident hunters should be aware of these following dates. The drawing application period will be December 5th through the 15th of 2025. Results will be available in early January of 2026. The deadline for successful applicants to buy tags is going to be January 20th. Second application period for any tags not drawn or not purchased will be February 5th through the 15th. Results will be announced early March, and the deadline to buy tags is March 20th. Hunters interested in applying for non-resident deer and elk tags in December should check back regularly for more information on the non-resident deer and elk webpage. Full details on the non-resident draw process will be provided by September. For more information, check out Roger Phillips' article on our website. For this last story of the week, we're heading up to Binarch Creek in Communication Manager TJ Ross's Panhandle region. Idaho Fish and Game will begin a native fish restoration project in Binarch Creek, a tributary to the Priest River, beginning in September of this year. Our fisheries staff in the Panhandle region will use rotenone to remove non-native brook trout, with the goal of benefiting West Slope cutthroat trout populations. This marks phase one of a larger, collaborative effort between Fish and Game and the U.S. Forest Service. Future phases will include fish stocking, habitat improvements, barrier removals, and other restoration work. While the treatment will temporarily reduce fish numbers in Binarch Creek, it is designed to provide long-term benefits for native trout. This is a three-pronged project, and I'm going to do my best to break it down and explain each part. So listen up. Step one is removing the brook trout. But why? Why do we got to do that? Well, brook trout were introduced to Binarch Creek in the 1940s, shortly after Terry Thompson joined the department. Over time, the brookies outcompeted and largely displaced native West Slope cutthroat trout throughout the stream, which brings us to part two. So why West Slope cutthroat trout? West Slope cutthroat trout are native species, a native species prized by Idaho anglers. They thrive in cold, clean water and are a strong indicator of healthy aquatic ecosystems. Conserving their populations in the Priest River drainage is a priority identified in the 2025 through 2030 Idaho Fisheries Management Plan. So then how do we remove the brook trout? Well, you might have heard of a little substance called rotenone. Rotenone is a natural substance derived from tropical plant roots. It is highly effective at removing unwanted fish by targeting only fish, and it breaks down quickly in the environment, making it a safe and widely used tool in fisheries management. If you're curious about rotenone and have further questions why it's used this way, regional fisheries biologist Tucker Brower, the same Tucker Brower from episode 67 where we chatted about kokanee at ARR, well, Tucker has a fantastic article on our website, link in the description, that goes way deeper into the use of rotenone with several examples where it has brought back native fish species. That's it for major stories this week. Let's hit the rapid fire bulletin. The August 1st deadline to buy controlled hunt tags is fast approaching. The deadline is August 1st at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Remember, hunters who already have a general season tag must return the general season tag to a Fish and Game office to exchange for the controlled hunt tag. On the morning of July 23rd, Idaho Department of Fish and Game personnel were contacted by City of Blackfoot Police Department regarding 2 yearling moose near a business center in Blackfoot. Idaho Fish and Game, with the assistance of City of Blackfoot police officers and animal control personnel, were able to tranquilize and relocate both of the moose. Both yearlings, one female and one male, had been observed moving in and around parking lots and streets next to Ridley's Family Market stores, Taco Bell, and other businesses I too frequent when I'm a little lost, hungry, and scared. For the safety of both the moose and the public, the moose were relocated to suitable habitat in a more remote area. A huge thanks to all the law enforcement personnel, residents, and business owners who assisted with the moose capture effort. Idaho Fish and Game's Panhandle region is offering several trapper and wolf trapper education classes this year. These classes are required for anyone new to trapping and are an excellent way to gain hands-on skills and knowledge before the fall and winter seasons. Classes typically fill up quickly, so now's the time to sign up. My colleague TJ Ross has got a whole list of dates in this article, so hit the link to learn more. Okay, that's it for this week's stories. It's time for our question of the week. Earlier this week, our social media manager, Sarah Casanelli, posted a photo of a rattlesnake I took while fishing 2 weeks ago up the North Fork Boise River. Needless to say, the Facebook world had a field day with it, sharing their own danger noodle encounters and asking all sorts of questions, both thoughtful and unfounded. One of those questions was pretty spot on, though. Edith W. chimed in and asked, quote, "Can you please also clarify take rules on rattlesnakes as I've recently seen a post where a person wanted to hold a rattlesnake roundup, probably like they have in Texas, end quote. So our Idaho State Code actually lays it out in IDAPA Code 13.01.10, the importation, possession, Department of Fish and Game, release, sale, and salvage of wildlife. But I'm sure you already knew that. The code states that skins or rattles of rattlesnakes lawfully killed in defense of people or property or dying in lawful captivity may be possessed, purchased, or sold, provided the person taking the rattlesnakes from the wild or owning in captivity does not sell more than 4 rattlesnakes per year. No mention of rattler roundups in there, but maybe you learned something new today. I sure did. Hope this helps. That's all the news we have for this week. Thanks for putting an ear to Idaho Fish and Game's Hook and Bulletin podcast. If there's something on your mind, or if you got a question related to Fish and Game matters, feel free to drop us a line at podcast@idfg.idaho.gov. Again, that's podcast@idfg.idaho.gov. Thanks for listening, folks. We'll catch you next week.